Yes, people. So I'm going to give you a quick demonstration on how we use the Max Pro to find entries in the market. You can see I've got two tables open. I've got the high, the mid, the low of Tokyo session. Very important that you have that already drawn out. And I'm actually currently inside the 52-minute time frame. You can see that there as well. When people look to start trading, I don't know many that actually use the higher time frame top-down analysis the way I do, because of course I'm not going to be using traditional entries, traditional methods, hence why I'm using a 52-minute time frame. But look, the time is, let's just, for example, right, I've already taken a trade 9 o'clock, so I can bring the time tool to 9 o'clock. Okay, I've not taken no trade yet. I just need to know what the market's likely to do today and what I'm looking to do. So I could possibly just quickly check the 3-hour, and I can see the market is bearish. Yeah, so it looks like we're just reclaiming this zone here, and we're still bearish. So check the 30-minute, still seeing sells. Max Pro tells us what state we're in. Okay, so now when I come to the 52-minute, which is where I need to get my macro understanding, so that I'm not just taking random trades anywhere, here, there, everywhere, I can see here that the Max Pro printed a buy, which was liquidated. Now that tells me now that that buying demand has now turned into a support and resistance. So this is now going to be my supply zone, hence why I've drawn it. And then I've got a sell here, which happened in New York session on Friday last week, which was liquidated. So now this is a supply turn demand. So now you're going to see me draw a demand box here, telling me exactly where we are in the market, where the battlefield is, essentially. So now that I'm here, yeah, I'm trying to make this as quick as possible. I go into my execution time frames, and I just simply wait for sells in the high and buys in the low. Right? Simple work. You ready? All that, no good. So let me explain this quickly though. You can see now, this is where traders get caught and trapped. This is the edge, this is the edge. You can see how this is manipulated price, and these prints, Max Pro framework tells us to ignore these anyway. We're only going to be trading in here towards the high, or we're going to be trading towards the low. So now we press play. Boom. We got our first sell inside our zone. So now I'm going to take a short, which I did. And this is just proof that you can use AI to trade, because this framework is back testable, it's repeatable. So whether you believe you can't use AI, I can prove to you you can. TP 100 pips, SL 100 pips. I press play. TP hit, gang. So you can see this one, we had sell, then buy, then sell. Of course, when I first had taken this trade, I was already in profit. When this came up, I would have entered again. This is the beauty of my system, because I understand the framework, which allows me to understand there's one agenda, which is bearish. So now I go short position again. But do you know where I enter? I enter on the stop loss of these traders here. So I enter here. 100 pip stop loss takes me to 14. TP 04194. Again, that's another entry within the same field. Okay, we have another entry. So this is 3 trades, valid trades. Short position 4210. So I enter. Remember, with Max Pro, we always enter on the stop loss. This is witnessing what participants are trying to enter the market, and then I will enter as they're being exited, as in stopped out. So there's another entry. Tick down to 200, SL 220. So this is 300 pips within a few moments, okay? If we pull it back to when this came in, you would see all your entries are roughly at the same level, but your bias is bearish. We can check to see if the market is bearish. We can see 12-minute higher time frame holding a sell. You're in line with the market. 30-minute, we're in a bearish trend. We're in that zone that we already allocated in the 52-minute as a resistance. We're seeing the market respect the resistance by printing sells in that exact zone. Now when we press play, we can see the market give us that full TP.